Hey guys, Chart Stoppers back with another video. In this channel, we take a look at different stocks and map out their key support and resistance areas on their chart. It's important to know these areas before you buy any stock, and it's also important to know what kind of a trend a stock is in before you buy into it. Support and resistance is one of the most important things you should know about a stock before you either buy or sell. And also, if you're doing any day trading, swing trading, or options trading, you're definitely going to want to get familiar with this channel and support and resistance areas. Now, just to let you know, I'm not a financial expert. These videos are for educational purposes only, but I am here to point out key factors on the charts which do impact the price action of a stock. I also provided a link in the description for Webull. You could use that to start an account and get 2 free stocks. I also provided a link for Robinhood. You could go ahead and use that, start an account, and get 1 free stock. And as you know, Robinhood just IPO'd today, so it would be a good time to open an account and get 1 free stock. Just to let you guys know also, we will be doing 3 videos per week on 3 different stocks. So if you have a recommendation for a video, leave a comment below and I will try to get to it. Also, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and have your notifications on so you don't miss out on any new content here. Okay, so today is Thursday, July 29th, 2021. Let's take a look at what the market's doing so far. The S&P 500 is up 0.64%. The Dow is up 0.61%. And the NASDAQ is a little bit behind on the day, up 0.35%. So all in all, a green day, a good day in the market. And, hopefully we can continue this for the rest of this week and into next week. Okay, so let's get into the stock I want to take a look at today. I want to go over Snapchat. I haven't done a video on this one before, so I'm going to be covering this today. And, Snapchat is currently trading at $76.28 at the time of this recording. Today it is up 0.16%, or the equivalent of about 10 cents. All right, on the past week, this stock is up a little over 2.8%. In the past month, we are up 11.4% in the past month on this stock. And a lot of this is attributed, these gains to their earnings, which just came out last week, and they absolutely crushed the earnings. So a lot of momentum is behind this stock right now. In the past 3 months, it is up almost 22%. All right, a little under 22%. And in the past year, this stock is up over 233% on the year. So a very good year for this stock and this company. They have killed their earnings every time in the past year. And you could see from the chart, this is a beautiful looking chart here. And this company has really been performing nicely in the past year. If you bought in around the lows of COVID here, you could see this thing fell down to under $8 right in this area during the lows of COVID. And look at it now. It's almost hitting a 52-week high we saw on, let's see here, this is July 23rd. It almost hit $80 on that day, hitting a 52-week high and an all-time high of $79.18. So you could do the math on that one, $8 to almost $80. That is 10 times your money right there. And that would be a very good return if you bought in these areas. Even if you didn't buy in at the lows, if you bought in around here, around $20 area before it really took off, you're still looking very nice right now, okay? And a lot of profits. But as you could see, like I said, this is a very good looking chart. You could see the nice, beautiful uptrend we have here marked in the green line as it started on its uptrend right in this area around August of 2020. You could see, after it recovered from the lows of COVID, it, went sideways for a couple months here from June, it looks like, to October. And it all of a sudden really took off after this earnings report right here in October of 2020. That's when we saw this thing really start to take off and start gapping up. You could see here it made it up to a nice support area of around $50, and it proceeded to trade sideways for a while here. It looks like this was in November of last year, and it traded in this area up until July of this year, right before this earnings report. You could see it was in this range of around 50 to $70 was our resistance here. And you could see you did have a little bit of support right here in the middle around $58 where it would hold up and then sell off a little bit right in between that area. But ultimately it did trade in this, right between $50 and $70 for most of the time here as it traded sideways before officially breaking out on this last earnings report. Let's just zoom in on our chart here, and you could see very strong support was around $50, give or take a few cents there. That's where a lot of strong buying came in and held this stock up for a while here. Almost, let's see, from November to July here, it was held above that $50 area with strong support. Okay, and we did, like I said, we did have a little bit of support in the middle here around 58, but the strong resistance point was at $70. Every time it would get up to this area or around this area, the stock seemed to sell off and drop back down to that $50 area. So you could see this was our former all-time highs over here, and we reached our former all-time high on February 24th of earlier this year, and that high was $73.59 intraday. We were not able to close at that area, but the key level here was, like I said, right here around $70. Okay, that's where it closed on this day. The day before that, on the 23rd of February, it closed at a high of $72.95. So we'll just call that around 73. So that's where our big resistance point was, that we needed to see this stock get above there and close the day out above there. And as you can see, we retested that area right in the beginning of July here. So about a month ago, we tried to retest that area and ultimately sold down to this middle support area around 58. So that got rejected again. We had a double top, it looked like, happening. And it wasn't looking good going into earnings for this stock as it sold off just recently before the earnings report. But as you could see, our trend line held up through the earnings. We had a nice bounce off this trend line and right off of our support where these two intersected. And we have a nice bounce there and a big gap up after the earnings report to send us to new all-time highs here. And now it looks like our former resistance around $72 $72 is where, or actually it was 73 where we needed to see this thing close above and hold. That's going to be our support now. Okay, you could see we're trading up around this area of $76 right now. So if it does ever fall down to this area, this should become support now. The former resistance area will now become support, and that's where buyers will step in and buy this stock up who missed the big gap up after earnings. Okay, so they're looking to grab some cheaper shares around the support area. So that's where you'll see the buyers come in and grab the stock at a lower price if it does fall back down to this area. Okay, but now we have a new resistance area up at the top around $78. As you could see, we did hit a high of $79.18, but we weren't able to hold that area. We sold down and sold or closed the day around $78 this day on the 23rd of January or July. So we need to see this stock get above that area of 78, close the day above there and hold before we could move on to new all-time highs, which we just recently hit. So as you could see, a lot of momentum behind this stock. We're trading above the 8-day moving average here in the white. We're trading above our 21-day moving average in the light blue, our 30-day moving average in the green, and our 50-day moving average is way down here in the dark blue, okay? And 200-day moving average is way down here around $55 in the yellow. So we're trading above all moving averages right now. You could see the nice upward trend of all of our moving average. I'm just going to switch over to the weekly chart, see what's going on here. And as you could see, it looks like our support came in around our 30-day moving average on the weekly chart. That's what propped this stock up as it sold off these past couple weeks before the earnings report came out. And you could see, the 30-day moving average acted as support. We briefly fell below there and then ultimately recovered and got above it again. So we're trading above all moving averages on our weekly chart. You could see the nice bullish engulfing candle we printed last week. So it looks like there's going to be more upside to come for this stock if we're going off the weekly chart. As you can see, you know, this huge green candle we printed should foreshadow more upside to come. So we'll be watching this in the next couple weeks here. Let's switch over to our 4-hour chart, see what's going on over here. And it looks like we are above all of our moving averages on the 4-hour chart. So nothing really crazy happening. Like I said, there's a lot of momentum around this stock. It's a little bit flat these past couple days, you know, after the earnings report, but that is to be expected. A lot of people are expecting a tech sell-off after this week and after all the big companies report earnings. So just be aware of that. Watch out for it. But like I said, we should have support around this $73 area. I think my line got moved here somewhat. Yeah. So it looks like we should have support around this $73 area, like I said, where our former resistance was. So I'm just going to switch back over to our daily chart, and we'll see, you know, not much more to talk about on this one. Again, just be aware there could possibly be a sell-off next week, you know, but keep an eye on that support and keep an eye on the weekly chart, as like I said, we should expect more upside to come, coming up in the next couple weeks. All right, so that's my video. If you guys liked it, hit that like button, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel and have your notifications on so you don't miss out on any new content here. I want to thank you guys for watching, and we will see you next time on Chart Stoppers.